What if the real problem isn't your circumstances, but where your attention is bleeding every single day? People think success comes from luck, motivation, or perfect timing. It doesn't. It comes from one brutal decision: to become so committed to your own growth that failure no longer has permission to live in your mind. Don't skip this. This shift is the difference between people who dream and people who dominate their future. Chapter 1. The Day You Stop Leaking Your Power. Most people don't ruin their future with big mistakes. They lose it in tiny moments of neglect. Not one dramatic failure, but 1,000 small choices where they trade their growth for comfort. And here is the part nobody wants to admit. Every day you don't build yourself. Life builds you into someone you never planned to become. You don't wake up weak. You become weak by default. The world doesn't punish you for failing. It quietly rewards whatever you repeat. So if distraction is your habit, distraction becomes your destiny. If discipline is your habit, power becomes your identity. This chapter is not about motivation. It's about ownership, because no one is assigned to guard your mind. No one is scheduled to sharpen your character. No one is coming to rescue your potential. That job belongs to you. Not tomorrow. Not when things calm down. Now. Your future isn't built in grand gestures. It is forged in silent hours when nobody is clapping, nobody is watching, and nobody cares. That hour you spend feeding your mind instead of numbing it. That choice to move your body when every part of you says later. That moment you shut the door on noise and finally listen to your own direction. These are not small actions. They are votes for the person you are becoming. Most people drift because drifting feels easier than deciding. They measure their life against other people's highlights instead of their own standards. They scroll through dreams they will never live because they are too busy observing to start building. But strength is not inherited. It is practiced. Discipline is not a personality trait. It is a daily agreement you make with your future. And the truth is uncomfortable. If you are not growing, something inside you is decaying. There is no neutral gear in life, only construction or collapse. You don't need perfect conditions. You need protected attention. Your focus is the rarest currency in a world engineered to steal it. Every alert, every trend, every meaningless debate is bidding for control of your mind. And whatever controls your attention, controls your direction. When you finally choose yourself, something strange happens. You stop needing permission. You stop negotiating with excuses. You stop shrinking to stay acceptable. You start living as if your future matters, because it does. This is not about becoming better than others. It is about becoming unrecognizable to your former self. You will not feel ready. You will not feel certain. But certainty is not what creates change. Consistency does. Show up on the days when nothing moves. Commit on the days when belief is low. Protect your standards when results are invisible. That is where identity is rebuilt. One focused day doesn't transform a life, but a chain of them will. And one day, without warning, you will realize the life you once chased is now standing around you, not because you were lucky, but because you finally stopped leaking your power and started becoming it. Chapter 2. The Discipline of Inner Silence. There comes a moment in every serious life when you realize something painful. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're carrying too many voices that were never yours. Your mind was never designed to host a crowd. Every day the world throws labels, opinions, expectations, warnings, trends, fears. Not because they care about your future, but because your attention is profitable. And the more of it you hand out, the less of yourself you keep. This is why mastering silence is not a luxury. It is survival, not silence around you, silence inside you. Because nothing weakens a person faster than letting every outside comment become an inside conversation. The strongest people are not the loudest. They are the ones who decide whose voice is allowed to shape their direction. You don't lose your life all at once. You misplace it slowly. One reaction, one argument, one comparison at a time. You don't need to respond to everything. You don't need to correct everyone. You don't need to carry battles that were never meant for you. Clarity is power, and clarity only exists where attention is guarded. So start here. Define what truly matters to you, not in theory, but in priority. If something doesn't sharpen your direction, it is not information. It is interference. If something drains your energy instead of building it, it is not feedback. It is friction, and friction, repeated daily, erodes even the strongest dreams. There will always be people who don't understand your pace, your standards, your refusal to explain yourself. Let them. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to become something undeniable. A focused mind doesn't argue with the crowd. It outgrows it. This is the discipline of inner silence. Hearing the noise and choosing not to kneel to it. Not suppressing reality, but filtering it. Because when your mind is quiet, your direction becomes loud. You stop chasing applause. You stop shrinking to stay acceptable. You stop outsourcing your confidence to strangers. And something changes inside you. Your steps become firmer. Your decisions become cleaner. Your energy stops leaking into places that do not deserve it. This doesn't happen overnight. It is trained. Every day you resist the urge to defend yourself, you gain control. Every day you let criticism pass without renting its space in your identity, you gain strength. Every day you choose progress over approval, you sharpen your edge. This is not about arrogance. It is about alignment. You are aligning your actions with your future instead of your fears. The world will never run out of opinions, but your life will run out of time. And one day you will look back and realize the moment everything changed was not when people believed in you, but when you stopped needing them to. This is how freedom begins, not when the noise disappears, but when it no longer commands you. Carry this with you. Your peace is not passive. It is defended. Your focus is not accidental. It is chosen. Your direction is not discovered. It is decided. And every time you protect your inner silence, you move closer to the life that no distraction can take from you. Chapter 3. The war you must win in private. There's a quiet moment every dreamer faces. Not when the crowd is cheering. Not when results are obvious. But when the room is empty and the only witness to your ambition is you. This is where most futures die. Because believing when nobody doubts you is easy. Believing when the world is silent, that is rare. Your dream was never designed to be understood by everyone. It was designed to be carried by you. People can love you deeply and still be blind to what burns inside your chest. They will call your hunger unrealistic. They will suggest safety over growth. They will offer comfort disguised as wisdom. And if you are not careful, you will trade your destiny for their approval. Here is the truth you must accept. The size of your vision will always intimidate the smallness of other people's fears. So don't take resistance personally. Take it as confirmation that you are no longer playing a small game. The fight for your future is not loud. It happens in early mornings when doubt arrives before the sun. It happens in ordinary days when nothing improves. It happens in the silence where no one claps for discipline. And this is where identity is forged. Not when you feel confident, but when you act without it. You don't need evidence to continue. You need loyalty to the person you said you would become. There will be nights when your mind replays every mistake. There will be seasons when effort seems invisible. There will be moments when quitting feels mature and staying feels foolish. That is not weakness. That is the threshold. Every meaningful life is built on the ability to continue without reassurance. The strongest people you admire were not born fearless. They were trained by repetition, by showing up on days that offered nothing in return. They learned that respect comes later. Proof comes later. Validation comes later. First comes solitude. Then comes discipline. Then comes a quiet confidence that cannot be stolen. When you defend your dream, you gain more than progress. You gain a backbone. Rejection becomes a teacher. Failure becomes instruction. Delay becomes conditioning. Nothing is wasted when you are fighting for something honest. And make no mistake, this is not a battle with the world. It is a negotiation with yourself, with your comfort, with your old habits, with the part of you that wants relief more than growth. Courage is not loud. It is persistent. It is choosing again when yesterday disappointed you. It is standing up after nothing went right. It is staying loyal to a future you have not met yet. You are not here to collect applause. You are here to build a life that does not require permission. Some people will never understand your pace because they have never outrun their excuses. Some will call your consistency obsession because they have never tasted momentum. Let them stay comfortable. You are not fighting for recognition. You are fighting for the right to look in the mirror years from now and say, I did not betray myself. Every lonely effort deposits strength into your character. Every unseen sacrifice builds credibility with your future. And one day, without warning, the room will no longer be empty, not because people change, but because your results finally enter the conversation. You won't need to explain why you believed. Your life will answer for you. So fight. Fight through confusion. Fight through fatigue. Fight through seasons when progress is silent. Not aggressively, but relentlessly. Because the dream is not handed to the gifted. It is earned by the faithful. And the one who refuses to walk away from their own becoming will always outlast the ones who waited to feel ready. Chapter 4. The Power of Showing Up Every Day. Every great life starts with a simple truth. If you want anything real, you must show up for yourself every single day. Not when it's convenient. Not when motivation is high. Not once in a while. Every day. The world does not reward sporadic effort. It doesn't celebrate intentions. It doesn't notice dreams half-chased. It rewards consistency. It responds to daily discipline. It bends for those who refuse to take a day off in their own growth. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they are inconsistent. They work hard one week, fade the next. They chase excitement and abandon duty. They show up when life is easy, but the real test is showing up when life is hard. You must become the type of person who is reliable to yourself above all else. Because if you cannot trust yourself, everything else crumbles. Every time you follow through on a small commitment, you build a foundation that cannot be shaken. Every day you prove to yourself that your word is stronger than your feelings, that your actions define you more than your excuses. Showing up is not about perfection. It's not about grand gestures. It's not about applause. It's about being present for the person you are becoming, even when progress is invisible, even when the results are slow, even when the world forgets you exist. Some mornings will be brutal. The bed will feel heavier. Your energy will be low. Your doubts will whisper, is this even worth it? Those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that separate dreamers from achievers. Those are the days when you silently build a future that nobody can take away. Each small choice, reading instead of scrolling, training instead of excuses, focusing instead of complaining, is a stone in the foundation of your life. Stack them daily. No day wasted. No energy misdirected. Consistency is more powerful than talent. Discipline outweighs bursts of motivation. Your future is not a reward for inspiration. It is the outcome of relentless presence. Real winners show up when nobody notices. They show up when the results are invisible. They show up when quitting would feel easier. And in doing so, they quietly, methodically build a life most can't imagine. Showing up creates trust with yourself. It cultivates resilience. It develops the unshakable belief that you can endure, adapt, and overcome. And here's the ultimate truth. It is not the big, dramatic days that define your life. It is the thousands of ordinary days stacked together, each one a silent victory for your future self. Every day you wake up is a new chance to prove your loyalty to your own vision. Every day is an opportunity to strengthen your character, to deepen your discipline, to show yourself that your word matters more than your comfort. The life you dream of is written one daily choice at a time. Not luck, not permission, not approval. It is written by the one person who cannot afford to quit. You. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect. Do not wait for applause. Decide today that you will show up. Decide today that your vision is more important than your feelings. Decide today that your future self deserves your consistency. And when tomorrow comes, do it again, and the day after, and the day after that, because every single day counts. Every choice, every action, every moment of presence is a brick in the life you're building. One day, you will look back. You will see a life that reflects every morning you got up, every small victory you stacked, every silent, unseen effort. That life will not be luck. It will not be handed to you. It will be the masterpiece you earned by showing up every single day. Show up, not once, not sometimes, every day, and watch how unstoppable you become. Chapter 5. Eliminate every distraction and protect your focus. The world today is overflowing with opportunities, but it is starving for focus. It is easy to begin. It is hard to finish. Every day, countless things pull at your time, your attention, your energy. Notifications, opinions, temptations, endless, easier paths. They're all vying for the most precious resource you have, your focus. Distractions are not just interruptions. They are thieves. They steal your energy, your momentum, your potential, your future. If you are not deliberate about cutting them out, your dreams will quietly slip through your fingers. Focus is not found. It is built. It is built by protecting your attention fiercely. It is built by deciding what is worthy of your energy and removing everything else. Your future depends on this. Step 1. Face the truth. What is draining your mind without giving anything back? Which habits, devices, people, or routines are silently robbing you of hours, days, years? You cannot fix what you refuse to see. Brutal honesty with yourself is the first act of discipline. Step 2. Create an environment that supports your focus. Declutter your space. Block distractions. Turn off the noise. Make it easier to do what matters and harder to do what doesn't. Step 3. Protect your mental space. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves a response. Not every criticism deserves a reaction. Guard your peace like your life depends on it. Because it does. The battle is not just outside of you. It is within. Self-doubt, overthinking, fear of failure, worrying about what others think. These are internal distractions that steal your energy just as effectively as the outside world. Learn to identify them. Learn to quiet them. Learn to bring your focus back again and again to the work that matters. Momentum is not built in grand gestures. Momentum is built one focused decision at a time. Every distraction you eliminate is a gift to your future self. Every temptation you resist strengthens your discipline. Every hour you reclaim builds the life you are meant to live. Endurance comes from focus. Greatness comes from consistency. Discipline comes from refusing to give your attention to anything that diminishes you. Sacrifice is required. You will say no to things others say yes to. You will skip trivial conversations, fleeting entertainment, social trends, meaningless arguments. You will endure the discomfort of missing out. But here's the truth. You are not missing anything important. You are winning the only battle that matters, the battle for your own potential. Focus is your superpower. It amplifies your skills, magnifies your results, and protects the life you are building. There is no secret formula for high achievement. There is no magic. There's only clear, deliberate focus applied day after day. Only consistent action fueled by disciplined energy. Only relentlessly removing anything that pulls you off course. You do not need to be luckier than anyone else. You do not need to be more talented. You do not need to be smarter. You only need to be more focused, more disciplined, more committed to protecting your time, your energy, your mind. This is your season to sharpen yourself. This is your moment to decide that nothing and no one will steal your attention. This is your opportunity to declare that your dream deserves your full strength and your future deserves your full attention. Cut out the distractions. Refuse the things that dim your light. Close the doors that drain your energy. Focus is not an option. It is a responsibility. It is your power. It is your path to the life you were born to create. The day you decide to eliminate everything that weakens your focus is the day your life begins to transform. Your confidence grows. Your energy rises. Your progress accelerates. Your purpose becomes clearer. Focus is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. Discipline is the engine that carries you across it. And today is the first step on that path. Stay locked in. Stay committed. Stay focused. Because the life you want is waiting on the other side of the distractions you are willing to eliminate today. Chapter 6. Own your life. Stop blaming. Start building. At some point, you have to make a choice. A choice about your life. Will you keep pointing fingers? Or will you take full responsibility for everything you want to change? Blaming is easy. It feels comfortable for a moment. It whispers that your failures are not your fault. And suddenly you have an excuse to stay stuck, powerless, behind. But here's the truth. Every time you blame someone else, you hand them control of your life. Every finger you point, you surrender the power to fix it. As long as it's someone else's fault, you are helpless to change. Owning your life is different. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about claiming the power you've always had to choose differently. Starting today, you are not broken beyond repair. You are standing at a crossroads, and the path of ownership leads forward. The path of blame keeps you trapped. When you stop blaming, you start building. When you stop making excuses, you start creating solutions. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim, you begin acting like a leader. That shift changes everything. Suddenly, obstacles are no longer dead ends. Mistakes are no longer failures. They are lessons. They are tools. They are the building blocks of the life you're determined to create. It doesn't matter how unfair your starting point was. It doesn't matter who wronged you. It doesn't matter what setbacks came your way. What matters now is what you decide to do. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can shape the future. Every disadvantage can become a strength. Every failure can become training. Every setback can fuel your drive instead of becoming your excuse. The strongest people you'll ever meet are not the ones who avoid challenges. They are the ones who stopped blaming a long time ago. They don't waste energy complaining. They don't sit around wishing things were different. They get up every day, work with what they have, and keep building. Taking ownership requires courage. It requires honesty. It means admitting where fear held you back, where laziness crept in, where you fell short. Not to punish yourself, but to get better. Every time you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop hoping life will hand you ease. You step into the driver's seat of your own life. You steer your future in the direction you want to go. And that is when everything begins to shift. Nobody owes you your dreams. Nobody is responsible for giving you success. It's your job to show up every day. It's your job to work through hard days. It's your job to keep moving when nobody else is clapping. Your life is your responsibility from start to finish. It might not be your fault you were knocked down. It might not be your fault life was unfair. It might not be your fault someone hurt you. But it is your responsibility to rise, to heal, to move forward. Responsibility is not about fault. It is about ownership. It is about deciding, no matter what happened, that you are still in control of what comes next. Circumstances are real. Challenges are real. But so is your ability to rise. So is your ability to adapt. So is your ability to forge a new path when the old one is blocked. The most powerful people do not wait for the world to change. They change themselves. They own their strengths. They own their weaknesses. They own their choices. And they keep building anyway. Blame never built anything worth having. Every excuse you make is a minute you could have spent building. Every moment spent complaining is a moment you could have used to progress. The cost is too high. The trade-off is too painful. Ownership is freedom. Ownership is power. When you claim it, you realize every step forward is in your hands. Every improvement is within reach. Every level of growth is something you can chase. You stop waiting for things to get easier. You stop hoping someone else will make it better. You step into your strength and begin shaping your destiny. It's not about being perfect. It's about being responsible. It's about showing up even when you feel like hiding. It's about putting one foot in front of the other, even while carrying the weight of past mistakes. It's about believing your best days are ahead, not behind. Own your decisions. Own your habits. Own your mindset. Own your outcomes. Good or bad. Easy or hard. Expected or unexpected. Own it all. Because the moment you do is the moment you gain the power to change it all. Life is not what happens to you. Life is how you choose to respond. Life is the standards you set. Life is the effort you bring when nobody else is watching. There is no stronger foundation than one built on full responsibility. No shortcuts. No excuses. No blame. Just ownership. Just courage. Just relentless forward motion. Commit to owning your life, and you will build a life so strong no setback can destroy it. A future so powerful no outside force can tear it down. This is your life. Own it. Live it. Build it without blaming anyone else, because the power has always been yours. Chapter 7. Keep going when everything inside you says stop. There will be moments in life when giving up feels like the easiest option. It doesn't matter how ambitious your dreams are or how strong your start was. Some days, the weight of the journey will press down on you like never before. Those are the moments that decide the shape of your future. Every person faces them, but not everyone chooses to push through. The truth is, most people never reach their full potential. Not because they aren't capable, but because they quit when things get hard. They let discomfort, fear, and doubt dictate their choices. They believe the lie that says, it's too much. It's not worth it. But success doesn't belong to those who retreat when the pressure rises. It belongs to those who take one more step when their body says stop, when their mind says give in, and when the world feels heavier than their resolve. Your feelings are temporary. Your future is permanent. You cannot let passing emotions dictate the rest of your life. Pushing yourself isn't about pretending it's easy. It's about accepting the struggle, embracing the challenge, and moving forward anyway. Every great victory comes after resistance. Every breakthrough follows the hardest trials. Feeling like quitting is not a signal to stop. It's proof that you are stretching yourself beyond the ordinary. It's a signal to dig deeper, find more strength, and rise above what you thought were your limits. When most people hit a wall, they slow down. They look for comfort. They settle for average. But champions, winners, and those who leave a legacy, they push harder. They find a way to give more, to go further, to hold the line even when nothing inside them feels willing. They refuse to let pain define them. They refuse to let exhaustion decide their destiny. Your inner voice will try to convince you to quit. Your emotions will beg for relief. Comfort will seduce you into abandoning your future for temporary ease. But if you always choose comfort over commitment, you will always wonder, what could I have been? Every time you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Remember the vision that set your soul on fire. Remember the promise you made to yourself to reach something greater. The reason you feel the way to struggle is because you are closer than you think. The breakthrough you've been chasing is just on the other side of the challenge, just beyond the exhaustion, just past the doubt. Build the habit of going one step further than you think you can. One more rep, one more page, one more hour, one more phone call. Those moments are where greatness is born. Those moments separate the average from the unstoppable. No one else can push you when it's hard. This is your responsibility. This is your moment. This is where you create the person you were meant to become. Every time you push through, you build mental toughness. You build emotional resilience. You build a character that cannot be shaken. You build a foundation strong enough to carry your dreams through storms, setbacks, and doubt. The people who succeed aren't superhuman. They simply refuse to quit when quitting was easy. They pushed one more time, believed a little longer, and trusted that their future was more valuable than their comfort. That same strength lives inside you. It's not hidden. It's waiting for you to choose it when the road gets rough, when the path feels impossible, when every part you want to give up. Do not quit on yourself. Do not quit on your dreams. Do not quit on the life you're building. Push harder. Push beyond the voice that tells you to stop. Push with more belief than ever before. Push because your future depends on it. Push because you owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. The habit of pushing past the point of comfort will shape you into someone unstoppable. Your resilience will grow, your confidence will deepen, and your capacity for greatness will expand. When the world is at its heaviest, you will stand taller. When doubt surrounds you, you will move forward. When exhaustion tries to break you, you will rise higher. Every step you take beyond your limit is a declaration. I will not quit. I will not surrender. I will not settle. That is where strength is forged. That is where futures are built. That is where your potential becomes your reality. So today, when quitting whispers in your ear, push harder. Take one more step. Give one more effort. Hold the line for one more day. Do it because your dreams deserve it. Do it because your future self is counting on you. Do it because you were made to rise when others would fall. Push harder. Keep moving. Every moment of resistance is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, wiser than your doubts, and more committed than your temporary comfort. Your life is waiting on the other side of persistence. And when you refuse to quit, when you push through the pain and doubt, you'll discover something incredible, your unstoppable self. Chapter 8. Trust your path and keep going. Life is full of seasons where you try, but you see no sign of results. You wake up early in the morning. You stay up late at night. You put your energy and focus into your goals, but the rewards still seem far away and unattainable. That's when most people give up and doubt starts to whisper, maybe this path won't work. But the truth is, real growth always happens before it's seen. Success is built in silence and takes time to manifest itself in the world. Trusting your path means believing in something that isn't yet visible. It means waiting, sticking with it, and continuing even when you don't receive any external validation. It means watering seeds that haven't yet sprouted and believing that one day they will sprout. Persistence is easy when progress is visible, but it's hard when everything inside you says, is this really working? That's the real test. Most people don't fail because they lack the ability. They give up because they lack the patience. They have planted good seeds, but they have left the ground before the harvest. Winners are those who have stayed true to their path and kept going even when the going got tough. Every step you take counts. Every physical workout makes you stronger. Every study session sharpens your mind. Every quiet morning you spend planning for the future lays the bricks to build the life of your dreams. You may not see the change today, but every real effort is an investment in your tomorrow. There will be days when doubt becomes louder than faith. Days when you question your courage and feel like your dreams are too big. Days when you think you may have fooled yourself. These are the moments when trust in the path becomes crucial. Trust is what keeps you going when emotions try to throw you off course. Imagine a seed buried in the ground. Nothing is visible for weeks. You water it, nurture it, and wait. The surface of the earth is not yet changed, but roots are growing. Foundations are forming, and strength is being built invisibly. The day the sprout emerges from the soil, it seems to have appeared suddenly, but it is a result of all the effort that has been put into it in silence. Your growth is the same. You may not see results today, but if you keep going, one day it will blossom, and the life you have dreamed will stand before you. Trusting the path means letting go of the need for immediate gratification. It means understanding that the best things take time. You cannot sow today and reap tomorrow. You can't create a masterpiece overnight. All you can do is stick with it. Keep trying, and trust that everything will happen in its own time. You'll be tempted to give up or take shortcuts, but shortcuts always come at a cost. Every time you give up, you lose all the power you built in silence. Every time you look for instant results, you lose the combined power of consistency and repetition. So be consistent. Be patient. Stay true to your path. Let others chase quick wins, but stick to your path, maintain your standards, and stay true to your heart's desire. The unseen seasons are where your character is built, where your true power is formed, and a solid foundation is laid that will last forever when success comes. Without these seasons of silence, no product will last. Patience is not passive. It is powerful. It is choosing to continue to do your best even when you are not being praised or praised. It is choosing to be consistent even when no one notices your efforts. It is understanding that invisible growth is still growth and invisible victories are still victories. Every day you show commitment to the path is an investment in your future. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are investing in a life that will one day pay off. You don't have to see the results today. You just have to trust that it is taking shape. Those who believe in their path and continue even when they see no signs of change are the true winners. The future belongs to the patient. The rewards belong to those who remain consistent. And the victory belongs to those who trust their path even when everything is quiet and invisible. Keep going. Keep trying. Believe. Even when the world offers no guarantees, you are working toward a permanent transformation. Trust your path, and know that what you do today in silence will create a powerful and real future that one day will be impossible for the world not to see. Chapter 9. Lock in and build until you win. When you commit to a vision bigger than your current life, challenges are guaranteed. Life will test you. Obstacles will appear unexpectedly. Doubts will try to shake your resolve. It is easy to stay motivated when everything flows smoothly, but true growth is revealed when circumstances push against you. That is, when your vision must be stronger than your emotions. You must lock onto your goals with unwavering focus, so that nothing, no distraction, no criticism, no setback, can pull you away from the path you are determined to follow. Your vision is more than an idea. It is the blueprint of the life you are building. It deserves daily attention, constant care, and fierce protection. If you let it drift out of focus, the noise of life will drown it. The opinions, temptations, and pressures around you will try to divert your energy. You cannot allow that. Locking in on your vision is about repeatedly choosing it, especially when it's hard, when you feel exhausted, when progress seems invisible, when quitting appears easier than pushing forward. Every choice matters. Every hour, every conversation, every habit either moves you toward your dream or pulls you away from it. There is no neutral ground. To win, you must be deliberate. You must say no to good distractions so you can say yes to the greatest opportunities. You must protect your mind from doubt, your time from trivialities, and your energy from draining influences. Your commitment is not measured by applause or approval. It is measured by loyalty to your future self, to the life you promised yourself you would build. Expect resistance. People may not understand your vision. They may question your choices. They may suggest easier paths. Stand firm anyway. Your belief cannot depend on external validation. It must come from within. Every step you take in silence, every effort you make when no one notices, is a brick laid in the foundation of your success. When progress slows, when obstacles feel overwhelming, that is when locking becomes essential. See the life you want with clarity, even when it is not yet visible. Feel it with your heart, even when your eyes cannot see it yet. Locking into your vision requires discipline, patience, and resilience. It demands that you rise every day with commitment to protect and advance your goals. It is not passive, it is intentional. It is the act of steering your life towards your future, regardless of storms, setbacks, or temporary discomfort. When others are shaken, you remain steady. When others retreat, you advance. When others settle, you build. Be relentless. Do not allow fear, doubt, or fatigue to define your limits. Burn into your heart the truth that quitting is never an option. Refuse to compromise your standards. Refuse to abandon the life you are capable of creating. Every sacrifice, Every lonely night, every moment you choose effort over ease compounds into unstoppable momentum. Eventually, the world will see the results of your consistency. The life you envision will emerge because you remained locked in when others gave up. The dreams you hold are not just aspirations. They're the destination of the person you are becoming. Stay steady. Stand tall. Move forward. Crawl if you must. But don't stop. Lock in on your vision until you win. Not until you feel motivated. Not until it is easy. Not until the world applauds. Until you are living the life you once only imagined, your commitment must remain absolute. That is the mindset, the discipline, and the price of real success. And when you reach it, every effort, every challenge, every tear will feel undeniably worth it. Stay focused. Stay unshakable. Stay committed until victory is yours. Chapter 10. Stand Up Stronger. Life never promises you a smooth, untroubled path. Every time you fall, every time you feel lost, life challenges you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. No matter how strong you are or how prepared you seem, there will be days when your plans fall apart, days when everything is unpredictable, and even the smallest steps seem difficult. But it's in these moments that your true strength is revealed, not through your ability to avoid falling, but through your ability to get back up. Falling is not failure. Giving up, holding back, or giving up on yourself is failure. Every hero, every leader, and every person who has accomplished something worthwhile has learned how to get back up. Getting back up means not denying the pain and hardship, but deciding not to let them hold you back. When you fall, your mind offers you two paths. The first path says, stay down, protect yourself, don't try again. The second path says, get up, keep going, believe that your story is not over yet. The easy path always leads to giving up, but the powerful path is the path of getting up again. Every time you get up, you're defining your life. You are deciding whether you'll be defined by your failures or by your resilience and perseverance. Falling is not a mistake. Getting lost is not a mistake. The mistake is giving up, not believing in yourself, and thinking that a small setback will diminish your worth. Every fall is a test of your passion, your discipline, and your heart. Every obstacle asks you, how much do you really want to succeed? If you really want to build the life you deserve, you have to get used to getting up even when it's easiest to stay down. You have to learn to act even in confusion, to walk even when you're confused, to keep going even when you don't know what the right path is. Strength isn't always obvious. Clarity and understanding the path can take time. But many of the people you admire are the ones who have fallen, the ones who have walked in the dark, and even one small step has brought them closer to their destination. Getting up again means facing the pain, learning from it, and deciding to turn failure into experience, weakness into strength, and obstacles into a path. It means standing in the middle of broken plans and building again with the pieces you have. It means believing that your future is still worth trying, even when today seems heavy. There may be days when you feel like you don't have enough strength. That's normal. Strength means taking action, even when you feel weak. Power is choosing to act when your emotions tell you to give up. Power is being actively present to build your life, even when you don't feel like a hero. The path of life is never straight. It is full of twists, turns, mistakes, and unexpected storms. But that doesn't mean failure. It means living and growing. You have to allow yourself to be human, to fall, to be confused, to doubt, but then to take responsibility for getting back up. When you get up after fall, you say to the world, I'm not done. I'm still standing. I'm still building. I still believe. And you say to yourself, I can trust myself, even when everything is against me. You are not defined by your falls, but by your rises, by your courage to get back up, and by your determination to keep going when the easiest thing to do is to give up. Every time you get up, you build something more than your goals. Your spirit, your inner resilience, a fire inside that no storm can put out, and a belief in yourself that says, no matter what, I will find my way. To get up again, you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to have a perfect plan. Just decide that the story isn't over yet. Just believe that as long as you breathe, you have one more move to make, one more chapter to write, one more victory to win. You may sometimes get up silently, without celebration, without an audience, just you, your will, and a belief that your life is still worth living. These are the rises that make you unstoppable. Get up again. Tired, scared, confused, wounded, bewildered, but get up. Every rise is a victory. Every rise brings you one step closer to the life you deserve. Every rise is proof that you are not finished yet. You are still fighting, still writing your story, still becoming the person you were created to be. And the world has not yet seen the best version of you. Rise again. Chapter 11. Own your next move. Life does not pause. It does not wait for you to feel ready. Every second presents a choice. You can linger in hesitation, or you can step forward. The truth is, the people who change their lives are not the ones who wait for the perfect moment. They are the ones who act despite uncertainty. Every day, every hour, every minute is an opportunity to decide what kind of life you're going to live. Owning your next move means taking responsibility for what comes next, no matter what happened yesterday. It does not matter how many mistakes you made, how many doors closed, or how many times the world told you not yet. What matters is that you refuse to stay frozen by regret. You refuse to let the past dictate your future. You refuse to hand your power to fear. Every choice you make matters. Every action, even the smallest one, compounds over time. The people who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones who consistently take deliberate steps toward their vision, even when no one is watching. The smallest move today can become the greatest momentum tomorrow. Do not wait for clarity. Do not wait for certainty. Action creates clarity. Motion creates momentum. Every time you move forward, you strengthen your confidence, sharpen your focus, and build a foundation that cannot be shaken by doubt. Progress is not always dramatic. Most of the time, it is invisible. But invisible progress is still progress. Quiet wins are still wins. And every step you take toward your goal shapes the person you are becoming. Owning your next move also means refusing to be distracted by what everyone else is doing. Comparison is a thief. Opinions are noise. If you let the world dictate your pace, you will always be behind. Instead, listen to your own instincts, follow your own path, and measure your progress by your own standards. Your life is not a rehearsal. It is happening right now, and it will not wait for permission. There will be moments when the next step feels impossible. Moments when the effort feels too heavy. Moments when giving up seems like the easier path. That is precisely the moment that defines you. That is when you find out how badly you want it. That is when you learn that courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite fear. That is when you discover that strength is not measured by how easy you achieve, but by how persistently you rise. So decide today, what is your next move? Will you wait for someone else to guide you, or will you step into the driver's seat of your life? Will you let hesitation steal another day, or will you move with intention? No matter how small the step, the future is not written in the stars. It is written in your actions. Every choice is a word, every effort is a sentence, and every move is a paragraph in the story of your life. Do not underestimate your power. You have more strength than you know, more resilience than you realize, and more potential than you have dared to imagine. Take your next move, own it completely, and let it be a statement. I will not wait. I will not hesitate. I will act. I will rise. I will build. I will create the life I am capable of. Your next move is your responsibility. Your next move is your power. Your next move is your moment. Step into it. Chapter 12. Build momentum every day. Momentum is the secret force behind every success story. It is not talent, luck, or opportunity alone. It is a power of consistent action, repeated daily, that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The small choices you make each day either propel you forward or pull you back. Momentum does not happen by accident. It is created, nurtured, and protected. Every morning is an opportunity to push the wheel a little further. Every evening is a chance to reflect on how far you have moved. Progress compounds quietly, silently, often without anyone noticing. But the one who stays consistent will always surpass the one who seeks quick wins. Momentum is built in 3 ways. Focus, consistency, and persistence. First, focus. Know exactly what matters most and give it your attention. Every distraction you remove is energy reclaimed. Every hour you dedicate to what truly matters is momentum earned. Without focus, action dissipates. It scatters. Second, consistency. Show up every day, even when motivation fades. Motivation is temporary. Consistency is permanent. The work you do on the days you do not feel like it defines your future. If you plant seeds today, water them tomorrow, and continue nurturing them without fail, the harvest becomes inevitable. Third, persistence. Obstacles are guaranteed. Failures are guaranteed. The world will test your determination in ways you cannot predict. Momentum is your ability to keep moving, even when the path is steep, when the results are delayed, and when no one else believes in you. Every step forward, no matter how small, adds to the force that propels you past resistance. To build momentum, you must start now. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for clarity, for energy, for inspiration. The perfect moment does not exist. Action creates it. The more you move, the more momentum you generate. The more momentum you generate, the easier the next step becomes. And soon, what once felt impossible starts to feel inevitable. Protect your momentum fiercely. Avoid negativity that drains your energy. Avoid comparison that distracts you. Avoid habits that slow you down. Momentum is fragile in the beginning, but unstoppable once it grows. Guard it. Feed it. Celebrate the small victories that fuel the next one. Every day, make a choice. Will today move you closer to your dreams or further away? Will today strengthen your path or weaken it? Momentum is not built in leaps. It is built in daily steps, repeated with intention. Every time you act with purpose, every time you push through resistance, every time you choose discipline over ease, you create a force that carries you farther than effort alone ever could. Remember, momentum is not just about speed. It is about direction. Moving fast in the wrong direction gets you nowhere. Moving steadily with clarity and purpose gets you everywhere. Align your actions with your vision. Every small decision matters. Every focused effort matters. Every day matters. The person who understands this will never stop growing. The person who respects momentum will never settle. The person who builds it every day will create results that feel inevitable because they were earned one step at a time, consistently, relentlessly, with focus and persistence. So take action today. Do the work, even if it is hard. Take the next step, even if it feels small. Keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Build your momentum, protect it, and let it carry you beyond the limits you once imagined. Every day you show up, every effort you make, is fuel for the unstoppable force that is your life. Momentum is your ally. Use it. Chapter 13. Master your inner voice. Your greatest challenge is not the world around you. It is a voice inside your own head. That inner dialogue decides whether you rise or fall, whether you push forward or give up. The thoughts you nurture become beliefs. The beliefs you hold shape your actions, and the actions you take define your life. Too often, we allow doubt, fear, and self-criticism to dominate our inner world. That quiet whisper saying, "You can't, it's too hard," or "You'll fail," is the enemy of progress. Left unchecked, it grows louder, and soon it dictates the decisions you make. Mastering your inner voice means learning to listen selectively. It means silencing the messages that hold you back and amplifying the ones that empower you. The first step is awareness. Notice the thoughts that repeat in your mind. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Awareness alone is powerful because it gives you a choice. You do not have to believe every thought. You do not have to obey every emotion. You are not a victim of your mind. You are its commander. The second step is discipline. Replace thoughts of doubt with statements of action. Instead of "I can't," say, "I will find a way." Instead of "It's too hard," say, "This will make me stronger." Words shape perception, and perception drives action. Train your mind daily, like a muscle, to focus on possibility instead of limitation. The third step is repetition. Every time you override a negative thought, every time you respond to fear with courage, You strengthen your mental resilience. The inner voice is like a river. It follows the path you allow. Guide it deliberately, and it becomes a force that drives you forward instead of holding you back. Mastering your inner voice is not about pretending challenges do not exist. It is about refusing to let internal fear become your boundary. It is about learning to trust yourself, even when the odds feel stacked against you. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not free from fear. They simply learn to speak to themselves in a way that fuels action instead of hesitation. Your inner voice is your constant companion. Treat it as a powerful ally, not an enemy. Feed it courage, clarity, and vision. Challenge it when it doubts. Calm it when it panics. Align it with the life you are building. Because the moment you master your inner voice, nothing external can derail you. Your decisions become clear, your focus becomes sharp, and your drive becomes unstoppable. Remember, the battles that matter most are won in silence, inside your mind. The moment you control your thoughts, you control your future. Every time doubt rises, answer with determination. Every time fear speaks, answer with action. Every time you hesitate, answer with courage. Master your inner voice, and you master your destiny. Speak to yourself like a champion. Act like a champion. And soon, life itself will have no choice but to reflect the champion you are becoming. Chapter 14. Build unshakable habits. Your dreams are not built in a day, and they are not sustained by occasional effort. They are built through consistent, relentless habits. Actions repeated day after day until they become part of who you are. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They determine your health, your focus, your energy, and your results. The first step is clarity. Decide what habits actually move you forward. Not every habit matters. Not every action is worth your time. Focus only on the actions that feed your growth, your goals, and your future. If it does not elevate you, if it does not align with the life you are building, it has no place in your daily routine. The second step is consistency. Motivation comes and goes, but habits persist. You do not need to feel inspired to act. You need to act until it becomes instinct. Show up for yourself every single day, even when it is hard, even when it is boring, even when you would rather quit. That is how excellence is forged. The third step is structure. Your environment must support the habits you want to build. Remove distractions. Make the right choices easy and the wrong choices harder. Protect your time, protect your energy, and protect your focus. Small changes in your environment create massive changes in your results. The fourth step is patience. Habits compound slowly at first. You may not notice immediate results. That is normal. The strength, discipline, and momentum you are creating are invisible at first, but they are real. Keep going. Trust that the small, consistent actions today will become the extraordinary results of tomorrow. The people who achieve greatness are not extraordinary because they are born special. They are extraordinary because they master the art of showing up consistently. They made their habits stronger than their excuses. They refuse to negotiate with laziness or procrastination. They chose long-term success over short-term comfort. Remember, every habit is a vote for the person you want to become. Every choice, no matter how small, shapes your identity. Every day you reinforce discipline, focus, and action, you are building a version of yourself that cannot be ignored, stopped, or replaced. Build unshakable habits, and you build unstoppable momentum. Your future is not determined by luck, talent, or circumstances. It is determined by what you do consistently, even when no one is watching. Take control of your daily actions. Guard them fiercely. Refine them relentlessly. Because the life you dream of is waiting on the other side of your habits. The person you are meant to become is forged in the routine you refuse to abandon. Build the right habits, and the world will have no choice but to meet you where you are going. You have traveled through these pages, but the real journey does not live in words. It lives in action. Every chapter you read is a seed, and every lesson you embraced is a spark. Now, it is time to water the seeds and fan the sparks into flames. The truth is simple. Your life will not transform because you hope for it or because you dream about it. Your life will transform because you show up every day through every challenge, through every doubt, through every fear. The power is in your hands, and it has always been there. You are stronger than your excuses. You are braver than your fears. You are more capable than you allow yourself to believe. The obstacles you face are not walls. They are stepping stones. The setbacks you experience are not the end. They are lessons disguised as trials. Every struggle, every moment of discomfort, every test is building the foundation for the person you are meant to become. This book was never about giving you a map. It was about giving you a compass. The compass points to courage, to commitment, to clarity, to action. The compass points to the person who rises when the world expects them to fall, who pushes harder when the moment screams to quit, who trusts the process even when the results are invisible, and who owns every decision, every habit, and every outcome. Look in the mirror. That person staring back at you has the power to rewrite the story, to reclaim the future, to build a life that reflects the fire within. Nothing outside of you determines your worth. Nothing outside of you can define your destiny. Your life is your canvas. Your choices are your brushstrokes, and your actions are the colors that will paint your masterpiece. The chapters in this book end here, but your story does not. Your story begins now. Not tomorrow. Not when it feels easier. Not when the world agrees. Now, with courage, with discipline, with unwavering belief, with relentless action. Every day you choose to show up is another page, another brick, another step toward the life you were meant to live. The world will challenge you. Doubt will whisper. Fear will try to convince you to settle. But remember this. The fire inside you is stronger than any storm outside. The strength you build today will carry you through every trial tomorrow. And one day, when you look back, you will see that every struggle, every sleepless night, every effort that seemed invisible was creating a life beyond what you once imagined. You are not done. You are just beginning. The life you dream of, the person you are becoming, the impact you are capable of, it all starts with one choice: to rise, to show up, to push forward, and to never, ever quit.